guys, my name's Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing the Pokemon Book Tag. So I saw this video on Peruse Project's channel and it was created by Samantha Kin, so I'll link both of them down below. But I love Pokemon. I've been playing it since I was a young girl. Mum says that I actually learnt how to read while playing Pokemon. Apparently, I was playing it when Mum was hanging her clothes on the line, and I would come up and ask her who this was or what did this say, and Mum was like, well, send it out and read it. And so here we go. Pokemon started this booktube channel. Like Samantha says, to choose your top 6 Pokemon and then like say the types, like the questions to the types or whatever. But I'm just going to go through all the types and then point a book out to them, whatever. The first type is the normal type. And so what is my favorite contemporary? And my favorite contemporary would be The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I love this book. I love Star. I love how it is based on real life problems and things that are happening in the world today. And I just love how Star's like a strong female character, and I just love Angie Thomas's writing and everything. I believe my copy has been lent out and I haven't got it back yet, which is quite disappointing. But I think I need to get another copy anyway, so I can lend that out and then also have my own copy, because I want everyone to read this book. That's okay that I'm lending it out. So yes, next question is fire type. So hot, steamy romance. And I think The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hang is so steamy and it's so sexy. I'm actually listening to the Bride Test right now, and it's not as steamy where I'm up to anyway, but the first book, just Stella and Michael and Stella, and those two together are just... And like it gets you like full on flapping yourself, like, whoo, gotta cool down, because this is just The next type is water type, and a book that was flowing and easy to read. I'm gonna go with Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, just because I did read this book in one day, because it was super easy to read, like young adult dystopian. Not really dystopian, it is fantasy, but it was super easy to read. I never got confused, and like I read it in one day, so we all know that means it is a good book. The next prompt is electric type, so a book that kept you buzzing long after you finished it, and that would be The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think about this book a lot, and I just think how Evelyn is and how she went through all of that, and she still... And then like I think of her husbands all the time, and then I think of Celia and how that Celia was a bitch, but Evelyn still loved her anyway, and I just... yeah, I love this book and I love Evelyn. The next prompt is grass, so your favorite first book in a series. And I'm going to go with Graceling by Kristen Kershaw, just because I have not read the other books in the series, but I read like the chapter sampler of Fire, and it just wasn't as good as Graceling, and Graceling was amazing, and I need more of that book in my life. The next type is ice, and a book that has cold as ice characters, and I'm going to go with Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, just because Nona Grey is like a bitch. Like, she just could not care about anyone. Like, she doesn't care about consequences, and like if someone like hurts her or her friends, she will kill them and not care that it was the wrong thing to do, because you don't cross Nona Grey, okay? The next type is fighting, and that is a book that is action-packed, and I'm going to go with Sabriel by Garth Nix. I just finished this book, and it was full on. Like, you had so much action and adventure happening, and every time you think that it's just gonna like lull down for a bit, something else happens, and it's just, yeah, it was just super action packed. And yeah, the next prompt is poison type, and a book that was toxic but still kind of good. I'm gonna go with Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I think we all know why I've chosen this book as toxic, because Anna does try to get with that guy, even though he does have a girlfriend, and like it's pretty much cheating. Like, I enjoyed reading it, and I didn't think much about Anna trying to get with a taken man until after I finished it and I was reading up on reviews and everything, and then lots of people were saying that was pretty problematic, and I'm like, hell yeah, it was. Why didn't I notice that? But like, that is totally okay, guys. You can grow and you can change, but I still enjoyed my time reading it, but I do notice all the problematic portions of this book. The next type is ground, and the prompt is down-to-earth characters. I'm going to go with Maduran Chronicles by Lynette Noni, just because all her characters were super relatable, and they all like had a good head on their shoulders. And like, the main character Alex she's down to earth. Like, she was always asking questions. Like, when she fell through the when she fell through the door, she's like, where the heck am I? Like, I need to go back. Lots of books I've read where they like go to other worlds, they're just like, here I go, like, I'm just gonna go along with this venture. And Alex is like, hold on a minute, what's going on? I need to find my family. But the whole series, like, I haven't finished the series yet, but I really enjoyed what I have read, and the characters are so down to earth, and I love them all so much. And she's made me cry, Lynette Noni. She's just made me cry. Read the Maduran Chronicles. The next type is flying, and what is your favorite high fantasy? I'm gonna go with The Throne of Glass, just because it's like a super high fantasy. Like, I know people aren't going to be like, it isn't a high fantasy, but it is, okay? Just because it's young adult doesn't mean it's not a high fantasy. I love this series. This is like, this book made me start reading again and loving it. I've got so many good memories with this book, and I don't know what else to say. I've made so many people read this series, and they all have enjoyed it. I haven't known anyone who doesn't love this book. But yeah, like, Selena is just a character that you like just want to root for. I don't know what just happened. That was a weird tangent, but this is high fantasy. I don't care this stuff what you think. The next up is psychic type. So a plot that you saw coming, or a predictable plot. I'm going to go with Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston, just because this is an Anastasia retelling. So you know what's going to happen. You know all the things that's going to happen, because if you know the Anastasia story, you know that she is the lost princess, but she doesn't even know. And there actually was the end bit, that the only thing I didn't see coming, but like, I just want everyone to read this book. I think this book needs more hype, and I cannot wait for Soul of Stars to come out this year. I hope it's this year anyway. The next type is rock type, so a book that is hard to describe. And I'm going to go with Stranger Dreamer by Laini Taylor, just because if you do try to describe this book, you're going to like give away the plot, and like, you don't want that. And this book was super whimsical. And if you do want to know more about this book, I suggest just reading it, because I can't tell you anything without it spoiling you. So it's hard to describe. So the next type is bug type. So a book that annoys you, but you're just not quite sure why. And I'm going to go with White Stag by this author here. I never finished this book. I tried so hard, but I could not get past like 100 pages, because there was just something that I just couldn't get into the book. And the main character was very annoying, and I should have loved this book. I really should have, but I didn't, and I DNF'd it because I'm not going to waste my time. So the next type is ghost type, so a book where everyone is dead or no one is safe. And I'm going to go with Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, just because no one is safe. I finished this television series, and that was what the fuck, but we won't go into that. But I've only read the first book, but half the people in here, you just know that George R. Martin does not give a stuff on who you like, because he will kill them just for funsies. The next type is dragon type, so a book with fun magical creatures, and I'm gonna go with Rumblestar by Abby Elphinstone. This is a middle grade fantasy, and it is pretty whimsical. I'm enjoying it a lot so far, and all of the creatures in it are just so magical, and I loving how the author made them up. She didn't make them up. Like, some of them she didn't make up, but then others, like, you've got these swan-like birds called jailbirds, and they can trap you into their wings because their wings are made of mirrors, and you are basically in jail for like 24 hours. And I thought that was really interesting. The next type is dark type, so a dark twisted story, and I'm gonna go with 3 Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. Like, it's even got dark in the title of the book, so you know it's gonna be really spooky. The premise of this book is you've got 3 queens, or 3 sisters, and they have to fight each other to the death to become queen. And if that doesn't like scream dark, like, what does? The next type is steel type, so a book with swashbuckling pirates, or just regular pirates. And I've got 2 answers for this book. The first is Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi. This book does feature pirates, and there's this one sexy pirate in it that I cannot wait to read about in the second book. But there's also Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, features pirates, and I love those pirates too. So if you like books about pirates, those 2 are pretty good. I haven't read a lot of books about pirates, so I can't give you a big suggestion, but I'm sure Abby can when she does this video because I'm tagging her. And the last type is fairy type, so a book about fae or fairies, and we all know I'm going to choose A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, because this book does feature fairies and high fae, and I love it so much, and I prefer it over The Cruel Prince, because The Cruel Prince is trash, but I love Feyre and I love Rhysand, and I love this book so much. Another book with fairies in it is like Lady Midnight, has lots of fairies in it. So if you want to read the other billion books before you get to Lady Midnight, you can totally do that. So that was the Pokemon book tag. If you want to do this tag, you totally can, but like I said already, I'm tagging Abby, and I'm going to tag Shay from Shay's Pages, because she seems like she'd be into Pokemon. I hope she is, because if she isn't, this is going to be really awkward. I also want to tag Cara from Cara's Bookish Life, because she is so cute, and I like watching her videos, and I want to see what her questions to these answers are. I want to see what these answers to her questions are. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to be my friend, you can add me on Goodreads, Instagram, or Twitter. They're all at sashreads. But I hope you all have a super amazing rest of your day. Bye!